Hi, I'm Stacey from Proven Winners ColorChoice Shrubs, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to plant one of our shrubs. So this is Cityline Vienna hydrangea, and it's in a 1-gallon pot, which makes it really easy and quick to plant. So all we have to do is select our site here in the shade, plunge in your shovel, and dig out a little bit of soil. As you excavate, deposit the extra soil around the perimeter of the hole, so when you backfill, you have it all around the plant. You want your hole to be just as deep as the container and a little bit wider. So the hole looks about right, but we're going to test it first by leaving the plant in its pot and just positioning it in the hole. This is a little bit too deep, so I'm going to take it out and push a little bit of the soil into the hole and make a nice, firm, even base. You don't want to plant a shrub too deeply because that will cause the water to drain into the crown of the plant, which could lead to rot. If anything, if you're working in a soil that's rocky or difficult to dig, you can plant it a little bit high, but you never want to plant a woody plant too low. Alright, so we're going to test it again. We're looking pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and unpot it. Now when you're unpotting it, you have to be careful. This is where you can do a lot of damage to the plant. So you don't want to hold it really by the stem. You just kind of want to have your hand on the top of the root ball and just gently knock it all around and take it off. Now a lot of people really like to rip apart the root balls, and that's a good idea. You don't want to cause too much damage, but you want to encourage the roots to stop circling around and stop following the parameters of the container and start branching out into your site. So I like to break up the root ball a little bit at the top and the bottom and just kind of break it up, and as you can see, just as I touch it, the roots start coming out of the cylinder. And this should be enough to allow it to root out well. Now comes a really important part. This shrub is going to live several years, so we want to make sure that it's facing the right direction, the direction that we are going to most enjoy it from. So position it in the hole, and then take a step back and see how you like it. So it looks pretty good, but I am going to rotate it a little bit so that these higher blossoms are towards the back. So we're going to backfill, and all we have to do, you don't want to add anything to the hole or do anything like that when you're planting. You really just want to use the soil in your ground that the plant is going to be growing in. So we're just going to backfill by gently pushing this all around back into the hole. Okay. Lifting the leaves out of the way as we backfill the soil. Firm it around. You want to eliminate any air pockets. Now the most important thing to do once it's planted is you have to water it. I don't care if it's going to rain in 5 minutes, you got to water your plants in. And you have to water it in well. None of this just wet in the ground stuff. You want to water it in thoroughly. So it's going to take several fills of this watering can to provide enough water. So one last thing before we walk away is you want to mulch it. And I recommend a 2 to 3 inch thick layer of shredded bark mulch like this over the entire root zone of the plant. This helps keep the roots cool so they establish more quickly, and it also minimizes how much water you'll need to apply and helps the plant make better use of the water that you do apply. It also just looks nice. Alright, so that's it. It was that simple. I did it in a skirt, I did it in my work clothes, just got to wash my hands and I'm ready for my next job. So it's not a big deal. You don't have to make a big ordeal of it. You want to do the job right the first time. But it doesn't take all afternoon to plant a shrub. You can beautify your landscape instantly. For more information on our plants, visit provenwinners-shrubs.com.